She is trying to turn you against us. You must put a stop to this now, before she ruins everything.
The day my mother-in-law smiled, while my husband handed me divorce papers, I thought I had lost everything. My home, my marriage, my future. But 3 years later, that same woman showed up at my office reception begging to see me. And when I learned why she had come, I couldn't believe it. My name is Amaka. And this is how the woman who destroyed my marriage ended up needing the one person she hated most. When I married Chuka, I thought I was marrying the love of my life. I had no idea I was also marrying his mother. At first, she seemed kind, supportive, welcoming. Then the wedding ended, and everything changed. Suddenly, nothing I did was good enough. The food was wrong, the clothes were wrong, the way I spoke was wrong, even the way I sat was apparently wrong. No matter how hard I tried, I failed her invisible test. The worst part wasn't her criticism. It was my husband's silence. Every time she insulted me, he said nothing. Every time she interfered in our marriage, he said nothing. Every time she crossed a boundary, he said nothing. I kept telling myself things would improve. I kept believing he would eventually stand up for our marriage. I was wrong. One evening, I returned home early from work. As I approached the living room, I heard voices. My mother-in-law was speaking. "She's not good enough for you." I stopped walking. My heart began racing. Then she continued, "You need a wife who can help elevate this family." There was silence. Then I heard my husband's voice, and what he said shattered me. "I know, Mama." That night, I cried myself to sleep. But I stayed. I fought for my marriage. I attended counseling. I prayed. I compromised. I forgave. Again and again. Yet somehow, things only became worse. The more I tried to save my marriage, the more determined my mother-in-law became to destroy it. Then came the betrayal that changed everything. One Saturday afternoon, my husband announced he wanted a family meeting. Both families gathered. The atmosphere felt strange, heavy, uncomfortable. Then he stood up, looked directly at me, and handed me an envelope. My hands started shaking before I even opened it. Divorce papers. I couldn't breathe. The room became blurry. My mother-in-law sat quietly in the corner, smiling. Not a joyful smile. Not a nervous smile. A victorious smile. The smile of someone who had finally won. And in that moment, I realized something. This wasn't my husband's decision alone. It never had been. 3 months later, he married another woman. A wealthy businessman's daughter. Exactly the kind of wife his mother always wanted. The wedding photos were everywhere. Social media, family groups, friends forwarding pictures. Every image felt like a knife. But eventually, I stopped looking. Because I had a choice. I could spend my life crying, or I could rebuild. And that's exactly what I did. If you're still enjoying this story, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps us bring you more powerful African stories every week. Now let's continue. I threw myself into work, day and night, weekends, holidays, every spare moment. I focused on building the career I had neglected during my marriage. Slowly, things changed. Promotions, opportunities, success. For the first time in years, I felt free. Not happy yet, but free. And freedom was enough. Then something unexpected happened. A former client introduced me to an investment opportunity. At first, I hesitated. The risk seemed high. But after months of research, I decided to take a chance. It turned out to be the best decision of my life. Within 2 years, my income tripled, then doubled again. Soon I was managing a successful company. The same people who once pitied me now wanted my advice. Life was finally moving forward. Then one Tuesday morning, my receptionist called. "There's an elderly woman here asking to see you." I barely looked up from my laptop. "Does she have an appointment?" "No." "Then reschedule her." There was a pause. Then my receptionist said for words that froze me, "It's your mother-in-law." My stomach tightened. For a moment, I thought I had heard wrong. After 3 years. 3 years of silence. 3 years without a single apology. Now she wanted to see me. Why? When she entered my office, I almost didn't recognize her. The confident woman who once controlled everyone around her was gone. She looked tired, fragile, defeated. And for the first time since I met her, she seemed afraid. Then she started crying. What she told me next shocked me. Her son's second marriage had collapsed. The wealthy family she fought so hard to join had turned against them. The business investments had failed. The luxury lifestyle disappeared. Debt followed. Then illness. Then more problems. One after another. Everything she sacrificed my marriage for had fallen apart. Everything. Then she looked me directly in the eyes and asked for help. Not for herself, for her son. The same son who abandoned me. The same son who handed me divorce papers. The The same son who chose his mother's approval over his marriage. Now he needed me. And suddenly, I faced the hardest decision of my life, because despite everything they had done to me, a small part of me still remembered the man I once loved, and what I decided next would change all of our lives forever.